Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters, the rising wage / rising price game. And you know, one of the things I'm gonna start doing on here, I'm gonna start talking about more than just like business or how to manage your funds, or even about black business, but just general things I'm just seeing in the economy, just evolving it a bit more. And one of the things I was thinking about was the whole rising wage, rising price game. Because look, okay, we getting all these rising prices. Like, you know, there's a big movement towards a higher minimum wage. And in fact, you know, $15 an hour. And where I live, I will consistently hear ads for a place in the area that, you know, they're going to start you off at 20 and everything. And it sounds great. It sounds great. Because I remember the time, back around 2006, it was a big deal for me to be getting $8 an hour. That wasn't minimum wage, but at the retail place, let's just say I gave them an ultimatum. And so they gave me $8 an hour. That was actually higher than average. And that was a big deal then. Now, you know, you got them at 15 now. I still have some friends that work at that retail place. They're like, yeah, we're getting 15. Okay, it sounds great, doesn't it? Sounds real good. But what good is it if the prices are going up too? You know, and I mentioned this on one of my more private sites. You know, I remember my grandmother mentioning that, you know, bread was like, or bread or milk, one of them, 25 cents back in the day. In the 40s, a quarter. Think about it. Okay, but you know, minimum wage was what, $3 or something. I remember reading something where I think Henry Ford was giving his people $5 a week. And you'd be like, oh man, that ain't nothing. But dude, if you're only paying 25 cents for milk, $5 is a lot. You know, rents could have been like $10 or something for a nice place. A lot of stuff. Then they say, well, I want more money. Now, when people are thinking more money, they thinking, oh, they will get more money to spend on bills, maybe save for a house, buy a nice car. They think they'll get nicer things automatically. Oh no, oh no. When they give those raises, even for government subsidies like Social Security or something, when they give those raises, rest assured, everything else rises up too. That's the whole thing with this inflation. Because yeah, people making more money, and they will always say, you know, the government will trot out, oh, we're making more money, or, you know, we got this many jobs. Which, yeah, that's a whole other conversation. Because real quick, when they say, well, this is the unemployment rate, it's low. No, those are only the people who have receiving unemployment insurance. There's some people who basically, they filter out. You know, I forgot the exact word, one of those days. But they're just not getting anything at all. There's plenty of people. I forgot the last number I saw, but it was in the six figures of people. They just not getting any type of support. They not in the system at all. Now, of course, we don't count that. That's another game right there. But we'll stick with the rising wage, rising price game. And I believe it was something I saw, because you got so many ways of looking at it. But I think the last time that people actually made a rise in wage, but you know, the prices stayed the same, was the 60s. And that's significant because, okay, say you get a $2 raise and you would think, oh, okay, this is a lot, this is more money. But then your rent goes up. Your mortgage can't go up if you got the right mortgage. You should be able to do that. Okay, your mortgage don't go up, but your property tax does. Your water bill does. Your utilities go up. You see the game here? It's like, yeah, they're going to give you this extra money, but then everything else is going to go up in price. You know? Even the corporations, yeah, especially the corporations, because you know what? You get that corporate CEO already making like 10 million. 10 million, that's actually small for some corporate CEOs. And I remember what this guy in Puerto Rico said. I remember I was visiting a friend in Puerto Rico, and this guy was upper middle class. And he said, you don't need to pay $250 for a water faucet. And this is in 1990s money. The same water faucet, the 250 water faucet probably costs $1,000 a day. But he was just like, why am I spend all that money? You know, there's a certain point they don't need the money to live. But they want more money. The stockholders want more money. And they say, well, you got to pay us or we're going to roll out. Okay, we're going to give you more money. Oh, yeah. Then everybody's like, oh, let's raise the price. You see the game? And then some people, they be like, how come I don't seem like I'm making any headway? All of a sudden, you like working harder, it seems. Just like, man, that's the game. Like the only way raising wages will really work is if rents stay the same. Like say you in a place, instead of that rent raising every year, and like the last place I lived, the rent would go up every year, but like $50. And I think because I got that place on, I was taking over somebody else's lease, and apparently the original, and it was somebody on receiving disability, and they never went away from that. So my rent was actually lower than average. But I've known some people, you know, they see their rent increase, it's like $300, $400. And in most places, unless they have rent control, you can't stop them from doing that. I'm like, man, that's a scuzzy thing. You know, like seriously, think about it. Like I said, the only thing, okay, car payment, mortgage. Okay, they'll stay the same. So you get that extra money. Okay, yeah, you could probably put something there. But then you talk about, like I said, about the house, property taxes, utilities, you know, they're going up. And then just feeding yourself, putting food in that fridge, the food's going up. Even when it's on sale, it's still higher. And then even with the car, all of a sudden, what's going to go up? Gas, insurance. Oh yeah, definitely insurance on the house too. You know, repairs. I'm just like paying for the parts for the repairs. It's just like, what a game. Like the only way rising wages or raising like overall wages could work, the corporate environment, which we know they ain't going to do, and the government will have to say, you know what? We're not going to go up in prices. We're going to tell people you got to maintain this price. But of course, to do that, you have to be authoritarian. And that's a whole other conversation. That's a conversation for the politics channel. I'll probably never get around to doing. People get hot over politics. But I want y'all to think about that game, though. I mean, it's just a basic game. People be like, and people be happy about it. I ain't gonna lie, when I would get raised and stuff, be happy. But then I start saying, wait a minute. I'm not making any real headway. I had to like change money. I had to actually change my money management habits in order to make some headway. I had to stop spending. And I'm gonna tell you what, here's part of that that's gonna bring on a recession. If we not officially in it already. If people don't spend money, companies don't make money. If companies don't make money, they don't have sales tax, which they give to the government. And I'm just like, did everybody say it was up? And I'm like, yeah, come down. And in fact, I saw a couple things. I probably need to look it up. There's so much with this economic thing. But I saw, and maybe I'll do that. I'll just expand this channel more, give y'all a couple more videos and stuff and really get into it. I mean, that's some really research, because I saw an article. It was saying in maybe 3 cities, the housing prices are going down. People can't afford the houses. And that's actually going to happen. And see, that's one of the things too. Things change. If people stop spending, they will have to go back to a sensible thing. Thing is, people still find a way to spend. Credit cards. Another conversation too. So anyway, whatever the case, yeah, they were raising the wages and stuff, but get that business going. And let's go make that money.